Ah! There's a train! Good thing I don't use sound to determine when to start the episode, because the recording happens before I actually start. Which, if you've noticed, there's like a weird click at the start of the episodes usually. That's a fault with Power Director. Whenever there's a cut, you'll hear like a weird click. Well, not sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. I don't know. But yeah, so I've been playing Breath of the Wild all day. I just did like a really stressful fight. So my heart's still racing a bit. Like completely optional too. What you're supposed to do is avoid the enemy and collect things that are near it. But like I kept getting noticed by the enemy, and then it would just fucking destroy me. And I was just like, fuck this. I can do other things, so I'm gonna do other things. So I went, I did other things, and then eventually I found the item that I would have collected for sale, completely bypassing him entirely. And then I was like, fuck it. Like I remembered it because I found the item. I remembered him, and I was like, I got good weapons now. I got good armor now. Let's go fuck him up. So I did, and it took like 10 minutes, I think. Constant like healing myself and shielding. Like I had a defense boost, and as soon as that ran out, I was terrified, you know, because this guy's crazy strong. If he did one move in particular, I would have been dead very quickly. But I kept him in a place where I wanted him, and it was great. So, and now I got a cool weapon, a cool sword, and a cool shield from it, and some other shit too. There was one drop in particular that's very helpful to me that I wanted from him as well. So I'm glad that I got that. Yes, I'm glad that I killed it. I used so much food and destroyed a couple of the weapons I like. I think. Did I actually? Oh yeah, I totally did. I lost. I did like that one. I used a couple. I had to use a couple different swords. One in particular I liked, and a shield too. I had a brand new, really good shield, and you just destroyed it. Just, oh man. But now I have another brand new, really good shield. Is it better though? Let me think. I think it's the same amount. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's the same amount of defense, but it's got an extra bonus thing. I should pay attention to that when I'm not recording. So I'm gonna turn it away from me. I'm gonna not look at it. Yeah. So all day, just all day, really. I got up. I watched a bit of YouTube, I think, and then I just kept playing. I watched a bit of YouTube in between, because there were times where I was doing something that was a little tedious, and intentionally, I was doing, well, I'll just say RNG manipulation. I won't go too far into the details, because I don't even want to mention that this is a thing, that's a thing. Like, it's fun to just discover it and be like, oh, cool, look what I can do. But I was doing RNG manipulation, which involves saving the game, doing something, and then if you don't like doing something that involves a random number generator, and if you don't like the outcome, if you load the save before you did the thing and do it again, because it's a random number generator, it's a random outcome. So I was doing a bit of that, just to cheat a little bit, and yeah. So yeah, RNG manipulate. It's what tasks people do, tool assisted speedruns, because in a tool assisted speedrun, you create your own save states. Like you make a save state, like this is the save point, this is a point that you can go back to in the game, and you do something like I don't know, I can't really think of any examples, but a lot of things in game are RNG dependent. But like you allow it to happen, and then if you don't like what just happened, you go back to the save state, you know? I mean, an infinite amount of things are possible with RNG manipulation. Like, I'm so glad, because this game has save states built in, you can save it exactly where it is, and you can load back to that exact save. There is, like, massive potential for RNG manipulation. You can do anything if you're willing to put in the time. Tool-assisted speedruns work because when it's tool-assisted, it takes a long time to build, but when you're just watching the speedrun, you know, it's all real-time. What happened, like, you try a million times until you get it right, but in the speedrun, the only thing that shows is the thing that's right. It's also a lot quicker, I think, with a lot of things that are tool assisted. They're running on emulator, and they're really old games that can run quickly. So it's just like it takes barely a second to get to a save state in like an old N64 game, like a Zelda or whatever. But this, it takes a bit of time. I do think that the amount of time, like, restoring a save is actually a bit faster on the Wii U version than it is on the Switch. I'm not sure. I know, like, some things are faster, some things are slower. I think after a death, it's faster on the Wii U, so I'm just lumping that in. So that's nice. It doesn't take that long, but because it is tedious and I'm just repeating the process, I just throw on some YouTube videos. And that's nice. It's not at all necessary to finish the game. But no, RNG manipulation is cool. I was going to talk about how there is an infinite amount of possibilities you can do, because there is. Because enemies work off RNG most of the time. Well, there are either random or a lot of their actions are random. Sometimes they're like where if they've noticed you, they're gonna run straight towards you no matter what in most games, you know, or they have their own sort of built-in way of dealing with you. So you can't really work around that. But otherwise, everything that they do when they're just walking around, that's all RNG. That's just random number decides walk this direction for this amount of time kind of shit. And if you use this RNG manipulation, you can control their path, essentially. You can make it look like you've controlled their path. Because you can decide, okay, I want it to be that he goes this way, and then you make a save state, and then you wait until he goes that way, and then you decide that this is what I'm keeping, you know? It's very interesting, I think, at least. But yes, anything now with Breath of the Wild, anything involving RNG, I can now manipulate, which is neat. It takes some time, but some things are worth it. The one thing in particular that I was doing, but enemies too. Enemy drops are RNG. That's not the thing that I was doing. But I don't want to talk about that. But enemy, of course, you kill an enemy, it drops something. But if you want, like, the rare drop, what you can do is you can bring the enemy's health down, save, and then reload, and then kill the enemy, and then if it didn't drop the thing you wanted, you reload the save. Well, when I said reload before, you didn't need to reload. If you've saved, you don't need to reload the first time. After you save, you don't. Why would you reload a save that you just saved? But no, you kill the enemy. If you don't like what you get, you reload and you keep going until you like what you get. So it's super cheap, but that's one way to do that. And any game that has like exact save states where you just save it right where you are, get right back to it, any game like that will do that, which is cool. Unless it has, because there are two ways it can go about it, and I think individually it works like the I'm sure there are multiple ways, but there are two major ways. And what it can be is that as soon as an enemy loads, so as soon as you enter the area or you enter the room or you just load the area, then the random number generator decides that this enemy has this drop, and then that's it. When that enemy dies, it drops that every time, which is not the case for Breath of the Wild. For Breath of the Wild, it's as soon as the enemy dies, what drops is random, which works for RNG manipulation. And I don't know very much about coding, but I'm assuming that works just better instead of the system keeping track of every single enemy having whatever, it's just like random drop, you know? I'm pretty sure they mostly work on stuff like that. It's gone back and forth. I haven't tested, I should do, but I haven't tested, no, I don't want to talk about that. Well, no, you can break pots in Zelda. Yeah, there are just like blocks and things that if you break them, they might drop items. I haven't tested if those are predetermined or RNG, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure those are RNG. The drops aren't usually that good. If it's around an enemy place, it's usually going to be food. I shouldn't talk about that at all. Why am I talking about this? But yeah, so the drops aren't that great for stuff like that. Although maybe, no, I haven't tested that. Chests are predetermined though. Chests aren't RNG. Whatever happens in a chest happens. That's what I don't like. See, we didn't even have the potential for the multi-hit that time, but we could have done it 9s. We didn't even get to do it 9s, you know? We did fucking... I have to use her because she's ridiculously strong. She has so much attack and defense that it would just be absolutely stupid for me not to use her. But I hate using her. It's so annoying. If I get another Wingless, I'm probably going to replace her. Because Wingless worked, she just died every now and then. I'll keep her in the law team, though, but not this one. I'll probably put her in the other thing. In the, I don't know. What do I have in that? I think the other team right now is actually the dual team. It's usually the auto team and the grinding team, but I haven't used the auto team in a while, so like I switched it to the dual team, and then I had no use or no reason to switch back to auto team, so it's just been dual team for fucking forever. Time is it? Is this an 8-minute video? Huh. I'm almost feeling like I want to end it at 8 minutes. Just because. I want to go downward trend. A downward trend. Like, actually, that's not even like a trend. That's like a fucking drop off. If I just will go from like 30 minutes to 20 minutes to 15 to like 8. You know? I guess no, that is a downward trend. Was it 15 yesterday or was it 20? I don't remember. All I know right now is that I just want to keep playing Breath of the Wild for the rest of my life. Or until I run out of things to do. which, I don't know, a few months or so. I assume I'll slow down. Or I'll just keep going at this pace and be finished in the next few days. You know, like, I'd say I'm exploring one part of the map every day ish, but I'm not like completing it though. I'm just exploring it. Like, I still haven't fully figured out all of the shit in this area or all of the shit in this other area. Like, of the places I've seen, I've not completed anything except for the starting area and shit. I feel like I must have missed a few things, you know. Like, it's hard to be to finish that game, you know. Well, you can end it, but you can't 100%. Well, you can 100% it. I just massively doubt anyone has by now, unless they got the advanced copy. But yeah. Oh man, I think next I'm about to go do some serious shit. Yep. I think next I'm about to fight harder enemies, and I shouldn't have used my mandatory harder enemies, and I shouldn't have used my all my really good food. I should stock up. We started with a train, we're gonna end with a train. Fuck it. Take care of yourself.